fobu no ma se mo be ka ya ene mo so no ebinim di sutro ewom ebu akwampa ne camera na ne gadget ya wode eye adwuma no ekoba se ebinim se ane report on central for edi ema no kama se enkoma wonom na mom ekwoti begu omani masem enu nti sanete dia wonom epene so ema emya wodo dodo no wadam ana central for mo kwakofa report oba e wasa abato atwa mo kwan ni no ya bubi ye binim so ayakayaka dem ene omonko adehye binom ye politicians ene woni a wonom ekwakoto oba no dodo no wadam no so de omfa asa kwan ne so na enam sad na ekoso enti no samanfo ebeka ya owura John Dramani Mahama ya enei ya to oba amana wodi ade sabeda no wote enchense opposition leader wo shabab ene obi biata enkankan central for enema bato ya ji won kwasam ya tete wonum ewasa kwan so no enya de so bam na kokwa wo beti committee so no ma hwem na no di some report obefem aba no ene ono so boache ediama institutions na fata sam wad ema wonum ampara ne nuane ampara wabaya mampani wabomoten ama committee so kwa hwe sa no men emu ama 2020 any 2025 be twemu kwa bonu do ekoso nipa bi bambom ewomu etete om sa kwa no so no ene e committee na hwemu no awie ama wode abeta mampani sei ana ekoso no ntono wono so ene no hwem na mpa mampani hwem wie no ana wose na ewoso bo chirem edima abalo ya pani ya tom sa hwe atentene so mecha attorney general ene minister for justice eye justice emom sitimi hwemu ama bibia nso etimi ekoso wowura akutenga ayeni wachasa ninsa akansankratai mampani chesa washa en central for bossa enipa bi atisa ameswale ye bia atwam ekono enam abatom nsam ye nipa bonufo bi je ne nkwa efi nsam no wono eni afofra de omfa sa kwan so no wobehwe amatentene etimi akoso ebra mampani ekasa sabre na en central for kuba time Ghana Journalists Association no mu akomampani akache ya wono mu edi enkoma eni mu mpanofo na titakom kwayo washa mo sa ebo atiseyi.
I asked the IGP in the early days when I assumed the presidency to investigate the violence in 2020 and 2024. I wish to inform you that last week I received the investigative report on the two incidents, and they've detailed and catalogued everybody who was affected by the violence and what the circumstances were that led to the violence. We've handed it over to the Attorney General, so the Attorney General is going to go through, and if there's the need to hold some people culpable and bring them to book, the Attorney General will do that. But in addition, we have given him the terms of reference to look at what adequate compensation would be for people who have been the victims of violence, including those who died. Their families are still there, and then those who were, some have been injured and are living with injury. And so what is the adequate compensation that we can give to people like that? And so once that is done, I'm sure that if there were journalists involved, they would also be considered for compensation.
Accra FM. Na Ebra Mampani eka wei ewie ya chesa wani a won moto ananam e wonse do enye dania da mabusianfo tiasem eno tinam patesika bia de wose yehwem na yetua edima woni omkwatire wo mo sa kwan so no ye be ani ayen sa pepepe ede ama wonom Mampani eka wewi amanansi wadam ana o se ne ewiasem akoye ekrokuma bia bibia da ye bia no ye eka ye nyina ebom eno ti sa wo hwa en central form ya ye wo omaiga ne wiasem ansem no ebra no brand ye fancy ratings ekoso ebinum ehye da aye ne se yenhwe ewiase nyina dam en central for ya se kobase ye to aba anadwuma mu eye sen central for no bibi na ekoso na so mko no ma ene ye tieto fa hodi yeso no Mampani eche so omaiga na ya didi mboni e wasa kwan so international ratings a ekoso no chese yedi ne kwa na ekofom je de enka ne ye bomode ene ye te ekoyechi enu nte no na esene fatase biada etumi esisa wo hanu no na sa wo ya reporter wo yo bia wo kanusu ene mpo wo ye journalist wo kwa abonten na wo kwafa ensam eba no kwambone biada ye do afa so no ye be nsa won su de esene fatase ye timi ayama ho to no abani chese Mampani wo be no mo ayensa e wo sa kwan so.
We've seen a consistent decline in our ranking international rankings, and that is an issue of concern for us. Part of it is because of issues to do with harassment of journalists and even the unfortunate murder of Ahmed Swali, which caught international attention. And I think that since then, other incidents that have occurred have, diminished our ranking. And so we need to find a way of, one, ensuring that people, when they do that kind of thing, face sanctions or are punished. Because once there's no deterrent, they continue to do it. Or aside from to educate and create awareness that journalists are not enemies. They are reporting something that is happening. And so they must be given a free leverage to be able to do their reporting. Many times when I go to a function and I'm seated, I normally look at the way the journalists are being handled. And you find that there are some security personnel who just have a knack for harassing journalists. I mean, they are not harming anybody. They are standing, they are filming. Then somebody comes, you can't stand there, move, And I said, what have they done? So sometimes I have to shout and say, leave them, let them do their job. And so I think that we need to create awareness in the minds of these people. Some of them are police officers, some are military officers, some are national security, and especially national security. They don't have training to understand that, journalists are doing their work. You have the job of protecting the VIP or whatever. The journalists do have their work of reporting.
Accra FM. Ebusianfo pani amotene kan eye Ghana mampani Owura John Dramani Mahama eno na enam se woni nsentro fokubatan Ghana Journalists Association ena ehia ye ewa bankese mu nteno enam so ema panimpa ya wono wodi Ghana nsentro forogina enim Owura Albert Kwabena Domfo no so kasa ye ebise yana nanom ne yampanu fo akam e de ato e chese wontumi ensan eja ho na chese wontumi eninam debiadam ani ensan kokromote so emopo eno nteno sensentro fo akọ dia na panimpa dan no wo mu entumi enya ne chire Owura wojina Ghana nsentofo nyina da anim kasa yem ya wode chairman panina nasam ya wakan di kan ebo mampanya baso e wane monto sonko ya wotu ese ebo wa hye nyina da so obeboam e man nsentofo yenye fa hodie e wa brada obia entiete fa hodie so e wa adwuma ye e de asom o my Ghana no anamonto sonko mampani wotu e wo ho no wana ban de di kan bo mabaso eno achenso asise 30 ya yenyai echeso de biadam eno nti osafa sa kwenye so na wade ato mampani enim se enche biada abatobode sonko bekoso ya ye Ghana Central for abatobode eno nti side media waka wansemi ebetimi abaso bosom ya ye ba besim no ebia eba bako na wiemu ananse mpono bosumi mienu November yebesimu no ebia na wocha edika mu ananse ntofo abasbode na yebeba so wose ebeko so ewo kumase ya no ewa santimanta mu enu nteno wose mampani mpo se duru sa abra na se ebuo mpo ne wodwam anempo bi kan wose se wada na yire mama lodi fefefe so na se wo po adwuma wose no wada wani esikusu no momodi anso beba adwumadie no ase no wadi nanim nyam sonko abetai akire ama bibia nso etimi akoso ebra Owura Albert Kwabena Domfo Ghana Journalists Central Forum ye penny worker saninsam ya wade etu dwane bi enie.
We appeal to you, Your Excellency, for your support in the organization of this year's GJA Media Awards, your own awards. And also one challenge or one major need we would want you to help us tackle is that we need special awards for Journalists of the Year to serve as a motivational tool. Because what we have realized is that past, there were donations like vehicles, houses, and all that. In recent years, we don't get it. And so, Your Excellency, we will need you in that regard. And I want to, on behalf of the National Executive and the National Council, respectfully invite you, Your Excellency, to grade this year's GJA Awards. Your Excellency, the GJA Award has been held in Accra for 28 years. This year, with my team in consultation with key stakeholders, I've decided to move the award from Accra to Kumasi. And Excellency, I'm glad or I'm happy, so much excited to inform you that the king,
Accra
King
FM.
Fosetutu II, has agreed to host the awards at Menchia this year for us.
Accra FM.
Ebusiafanese opanipa ya wada Ghana ensentrofo kubatan ano Ghana Journalists Association wowura Abed Kwabena Dwomfo ena Otis Wakasa edia fan sentrofo ya basbodi adwumadie sonko ebekoso yomde akwakwhye Kumase Asantemantam ho ano ochese dwumadie ebekoso ewo October bosumi edu a edi animu ana empo eye November bosumi du ba kono emono emu asam ena oti yem yeguso ye ka wo say eye no nsam de mu kase bono ne mu nsam no yewesa ne doko te sase chene wo ya baby biada wo bia ye debre wo na hye ne so sa kase boyim ye sa dem live e wo CTV Ghana's #1 television. CTV Ghana's #1 television to adwen channel wo de ba ye beka ne kama e de amawo e wo social media handles so do nyina so Facebook so ye di makotene Accra 100.5 FM afe ye twansam no so na ye de mama ye pawura mu e wo osofo ya wo hye oman Ghana nkutawdie e na afe nso so kwan ye befa so ya abefunimdie bibia bekoye e de amayen wowura Samuel na George ya ye bon mane Sam George onu kroyan so no ye mra hye bedwani ma de shom to aba e wo ninko pram abato ampeso ya eno ewo enkramantam yi eso na samanfo beka na nsamu ene na wakasa ediafa eye multi choice edimako sonko ya DSTV ehye wonum ase ya ombuke sonko de mamanfo emo mutiminya enuoma wodo ehye no na akwakoba so pani no wode eto omo enum se ebo no mo charge no ewo soro dodo eso eno nti ebe yanko wonte so ema wunsam ebe ye bebrebe dane apotwen Multi Choice TV ekomo adwumako no ewo no wanu mo entam ema ensam a eba ye no na kama sa so den ya abam evise emra wo sofo yi eni sa so no enso edima Multi Choice fo no kama sa na komo ye so anisa eno kura kan obi ema ene wasanso ebekasa edifa ho ema wo ye ne say deadline no eda etwato wo kyena meboa ye no eye ebobos minute atoso ensiamu eno no wo ye ne say DSTV adwumako Multi Choice adwumako so maso oden etisa na mampam na wo mu ayo madwen say wo mu nhya na wo mu ni nhya ne so ente ebo ne ema fam dia ene se wo kyene etwa madwumako no ye be ani atum ene so be free Ghana obi mfa ho so be kwaso atena hanom no mu abom hene e wa abro mu nya adwuma ene na eyo ma ajegireje na no ane ye kan ye say eye dania da wontumi ene opani entwe apo enko nkosi enu nti dia betodwa eche se de Multi Choice edimako no wanu ade atum se de osofo ne ekane Ghana for epe eso mbete ebo no so no wonbere womatumi ai ne sa pepepe ebra osofo hwe nkutawde so ede sansem etu edwa enei ebra woni nsantofo ehyaye no wasanso ne Multi Choice fo edi enkomo no eno an wo chem se Multi Choice edimako na de atum esa September bosumi eye ebo bosumi o menide atoso aduonu baako 21st September yi anom betena se no mahwe na watimi ate ebo no so ede abafam ebra osofo wo kasa no wo kan ensem wei ene afropi no da ana eka ho.
Relates to the pricing concerns and suspension notice served by the regulator to Multi Choice Ghana Limited. The 30-day deadline given to Multi Choice by the NCA expires tomorrow, 6 September 2025. It will be recalled that the NCA had requested for a breakdown of the cost buildup for the various bouquet offerings by Multi Choice in Ghana and in 7 other African countries on the 4th of August 2025. That information was not delivered by Multi Choice. This led to the consequential imposition of a 10,000 Ghana cedi daily fine effective 14th of August 2025 in line with the dictates of the Electronic Communications Act on Multi Choice Ghana. The regulator also served a 30-day notice of suspension effective 7th of August 2025. However, ahead of the expiration of the suspension notice tomorrow, Multi Choice yesterday reached out to the ministry and the regulator, indicating now a willingness to comply to address the pricing concerns through a consultative process as was adopted by the ministry with the MNOs during the data pricing reduction exercise. Consequently, we've taken the decision to immediately establish a stakeholder committee comprising representatives from the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, the regulator, the NCA, Multi Choice Ghana, and Multi Choice Africa. I will personally chair the committee. Multi Choice has requested a 30-day window for the committee to arrive at what percentage of reduction will be achieved. So let's be clear. They have finally accepted that there will be a reduction. Now they want us to discuss the level of reduction.
Accra FM.
Nese wei eye sofo ya wo hye o my Ghana yenkutawdie ensam som wunnyamfa Samuel na George twanmrane ana ebo mrane esa Sam George wosan eye MP emade shomto aba ewo ni go prampram abaton peso ya eno ewo enkramantam yi eso na waka wei awieye no wosan so kasa bio na ne kasa mo no wodi kogina se multi choice edmeko ya sese no Canal Plus edmeko Aya Canal Plus Group edmakuo yi wonom ebehwe soe no ene omonso ahyebo se kwan biada so no mbehwe na de Ghana ban ebeka biada no wonbe ne hye papa no womodi so enkoba se womo eba be ya soden akwa so akwadu mo apɛ na ebewia se ne Ghana ban ene mo akwa konyama sotwe ewa adwuma sonko a wonom so eye ede asom o my Ghana ebre osofo yi wosa kasa no enso kan ye ede to so bi eni
of multi-choice Africa by the Canal Plus Group by end of September 2024. I have therefore held engagements with Canal Plus and secured their confirmation that they will abide by any agreements that the stakeholder committee we're setting up today reaches with multi-choice Ghana. They'll be bound by the reductions that we agree. I also have the commitment that Ghana will be placed as a priority on Canal Plus's management's playbook, and Ghana will be the first country they will visit for us to have conversations on possible further reductions when Canal Plus also takes over. You can be rest assured, by 21st of September, we would have arrived at a destination that sees Ghanaians pay less than they currently pay for their multi-choice bouquets. In light of transparency and accountability, we'll make the report of the committee available to the public by 21st of September when that committee is done with its work. But we're seeing light at the end of the tunnel. However, the NCA still has the mandate to ensure that they collect what is due from the fines that we imposed on multi-choice, the almost 24 days before they provided the information that they did not provide the information. 10,000 cedis a day for 24 days. Thank you very much.
Accra FM.
Ebusia wei eye sofo ya wo hye o my Ghana yenkutawdie ena afei abefu nyansape ekwan eso wowura Samuel na George eno no ebusia yegusu ye ka wo se ye no nsia be mo kasebo eno ne munsam no ye resa ne doko te sase cheni wo ya ba bibiata wo hye yen enanmire no ye di ensam yi ebre wona hye no so ye dem live e wo CTV Ghana's #1 television CTV Ghana's #1 television eso sanso ani social media handles ado so no ena nre yansam ne dam wonya bia hwe ena bia tie no ena bi so akan e wo no na de obe nyinata ene se wadwenche no wode befa Accra 100.5 FM so Facebook so ni akan ne kama ne de ama wo e wo yansam a ye de ema we ene na aseda emu oduru ye de ko e de ama givers Herbal Center say eno makomako enan ana wode apa adwaso no ne papa se wo na bi na sa wo no ma eboa wo e ma yade biara ene wodi asene dwane e de fini padua ne emu you give us speak capsules e wo ho eno ye memedro be ma ofa bibiada no wo bo ne nsam ne yire nso bo ne nsam e de ma no e wo mpa so firi say eboa me adwuma so ani e wo mpa so be ma wo ya pichocho e ye ni no ne wagemu e de egu oba ne srem ene empa so ne egu memenu ase eno nti give us speak capsules na binuma be ma bedi mensam ama sa wo ha nyina eto atwa afa give us core capsules eno nso oba na be ma wutimi no mbi eboa tu kokwase wo amama yi adu ni padua boso won so me kan e bia adwen pensi e wo so ni nyina na e kokko ana eye osami kan kwagya na so a eya na oyam atim na woto ebo aban me pa cho bomadia be give us core capsules na enum na ntimi angel give us aba me chanso etumi malaria papa wa typhoid edi wunya wa join the say anyway ADSC won so won ni de no won give us herbal measure eboawo ema eji ofisa wo ha no mu na give us GCM shane capsules imi yanu ya kambom ane enom na ye de atu enam yade ase ema wonto sonko aba no nte no ye be free give us form e was 0543 222 470 0543 222-470 eso sanso ana enanumre me kanfo samana ba ko a se wodi twari a ema honam eye sham afei ensansan biada wo radio ne no eyi fra no mu ema hoto eba won so American ni bia chese woni sam na papa bia de dware ana woni sam na papa bia de si nioma eno nti ama onioma wosie no eya na emu bon me kanfo alive soap e de ama alive soap mi amete no bi na de dware eya sam na ehwam eya papa wo dware a ema radio eni te kama ema hu se ampa se efi bia ne radio eni eno nti no baby bia da ye ton provisions nioma bomadi akọ okọ abodin alive soap ene papa ya yetuma danse e de ama sanso ana imbu saba mesha ye panmrani ese oposini edro no sedo we nso ana onoma anwodini aso kwa nyamiapo e woni padua mu ya de okọ edo ebe fense immune system no eba no ban ema woni die to nkwanta mapai e wa atafasasi eso afe wonso we aduma kakra bia no wabre no waposo eye wo ya eye wo se de seka na ma na abro ana empono wonu mu ato huntumi ni di ni nyina no bomadi anom imbu saba me shedroi ba bia ye ton adupa bia abon ubodin ana empo ubowro no ma sadupai wen sabeka bi e wo ho ene Dr. Sharp oni nua Robert wonum anadi adupa yi ebre yenti yemfo nom e wo sa number yi eso 0246 208 498 0246 208 498 ana 0540 710 113 0540 710 113 eso fra ene Dr. Sharp oni nua Robert wonum eje osna nu pay wonum amobi amoto ye to anu nsambe mu kase boy so ewo Accra 105 FM ene CTV Ghana's #1 television so na ye dia ma ho ene numre ye pawura mu ewo eye ensoshe ene enwasua emu ye di kan e dia to manum tata ewo ye kase bawdo atwam ekonomu ese ye mofra ya wonum ewo eye senior schools awdo ya wonum ewie wonum esukuno wonum asase ya wonum echo ensoshe ye friend se wasi ensoshe na ebrom guso mu etro no dia beto dwa echese ebirima yo maso den etese na na mampam wo mu de afutuo biede ne wadama wonum afutuo grawama enso wonum edi afutuo ya efri efom ekoka esoro no cheso mu de enso wonum dia beto dwa awonso bentwemu echese ebinum eye examination of practices neso mu ehia nsɔhwe ne mu efa konyansa bi eboa adesuafo yi sade ebe yo mu schools awdo no won betimi etwa weinam so emenhya sonko a ene ye wayekefo ahyehye no sesei achechefo binom adesuafo binom ene invigilators woni omo ye nsɔhwe ne so no emu bi yache wonom amomo akoka adwa mu weinam so emacha yache wonom no wopani ohwe nkutawde so edima wayake admakonom wowura John Kapi wababa kasa chese nipa makomako eboro ebese edunan ana wache wonom ewosa ensoshe apoboi emu enu no wache sesafo no enya de ese don betwom de biarata se kobase ehwemu na se ampara ni nuane ampara wonom ehu bom se wonom aboa ama enuamu akoso a ene yakwan biada so no asotwe bia se ne fata ewosa de mu no won behwe am ye de ama wonom na ebra wo tumre no wachesie no wachese schools bi om de abeto dwa esa wonom adusuafo atetefo ni binum eboa ema probo ekoso no suku ya edikan eye yaji senior high school yaji senior high school ana Abbott college ya no ewo Asante Bekwai sanso ana Presbyterian school bakon ya no ewo Atuma Kwanguma ya no ewo Asante Mantamu womunso womudi ababeka ho ama schools dodo no wadam ana Owura John Kapi echese womu eponsa ede akoso ni emu na wo hyebo se abani se no enhwemu sonko eba bekoso ene yesi ye chew sam pase
Monitoring teams have unearthed a series of irregular activities at a number of the examination centers. These include, but not limited to, the following. 1. 2 persons were arrested for impersonation at Ghana College, Kaswa. They were arraigned before court and have been sentenced to 6 months imprisonment each, while their accomplice was sentenced to 8 months imprisonment. The proprietor of Christian IPS Kukrantumi, as well as one of its invigilators, have been arrested for creating a WhatsApp group on which they shared snapshots of questions and solutions to the questions. They have been handed over to the police for further investigations. Ebenezer Finn was arrested at St. Vincent College, Abradunkwa, for impersonation. He has also been arraigned before court. Hannah Lariba, a student of Yeji Senior High School, was arrested for impersonation at the Steps of Destiny Senior High School in Yeji. Another impersonator, Mumni Abdul Hafiz, bolted before the monitoring team could apprehend him. Mr. Kodia Desmond was arrested at Abbott College at Asante Bekwai. He was handed over to the police and subsequently arraigned before court. He had been remanded into police custody for 2 weeks. Osei Asibe Daniel was arrested at Echima Kwanwuma Presbyterian SHS for impersonation. He has been handed over to the police. Raymond Kwasi was arrested at Echima Kwanwuma Presbyterian SHS for contracting Osei Asibe Daniel to write the examination on behalf of Obin Dapa Emmanuel. Maxwell Chamba and Amagro Livingston were arrested at Sefa Bonsu Royal SHS AG for impersonation. A physics teacher at Ahafoman SHS was found with a mobile phone on which he had snapshots of the physics practical questions which he had shared. Mr. Ernest Frimpong, an invigilator, was arrested at King James SHTS for possession of a mobile phone on which was found snapshots of the questions and solutions to them. Patrick Essel, a former national service person, was arrested for aiding a candidate at Mpraiso Senior High School to copy solutions from his mobile phone. Further investigations revealed that this was from a platform shared with the assistant supervisor, Michael Boating. He has also been arrested.
Accra FM.
Na eno cheno owura John Kapi ya wo hye nkutandie so ede ema wo yeki edmekom hwe eye sohwe etro eso no wo san eto ane nsam so ya de okan nyinata ene se school ba ko ya ye friend se Adventist Senior High School ya no ewo Kumase wa santamantamu ewo no nso so o maji mobile phones bebre no ada ena de free addition for ne eho se wo no kwakowura ensohwe de no akotwere no ene ye center wo no won bo madi ayom se Nicodemus so ewo Bible mu wo wi an ho ekoforo eyeduase wo kwakwa Yesu Kristo so wo ba na sete san ya ne nyina Nicodemus ene ye safo yi wo magije safo nsunya from ensam amade akwakwena toso enu nte no wo yake from penny for hs ayehu de amom se wo mbeka sankwadan kwaso anta ho no mu na mo entro enso ne ewo enu nte no mene wo kaso mayi wo nyina de afi ho no mu edo mo akọ wo yake center ya no ewo Kumase ankom se ene ye empotem wo ne ba bi foforo ano mo enko transform ko twonso we no na se wo de wo benya kwan e de mobile phone so ewro ma e wo man kasa wo mo jejireji.
Besides these specific cases of irregularity, we have also received reports of candidates having in their possession mobile phones, prepared notes, photocopied answers, obviously distributed by the invigilators. At Adventist SHS Bantama Kumasi, 64 phones were retrieved from the candidates during the elective mathematics paper.
Accra FM.
Candidates from that school have since been moved to the White Hall in Kumasi to continue with their examination. The council also has a list of schools that have been reported for their involvement in acts of irregularity. Scripts of candidates from these schools will certainly be scrutinized. We condemn these acts of dishonesty on the part of both teachers and candidates, and urge all school heads to uphold the trust placed in them and ensure that their schools stay above reproach.
Ebusiafone se opani ya wote se wo kase wono ane hwe nkotandie so adima wayeki adimakuo ya wono mo hwe omaiganian so retro eso wowura John Kapi eno no ene na yeguso no nsebre mo kase bono ye resane doko tesasi chene wo baby biata ya wo hwe yen ewo CTV Ghana's #1 television CTV Ghana's #1 television ene Accra 105 FM so no ye de ensam ye abrao mo nso amutie radio so ye dam nyinata ase mo hwe o Facebook so di adwentia ne eba no mo nyina nso ye dam ase nte no mo nkoso am family ye beka ne kama na ye de mamu Accra 100.5 FM eya no ahye na onua nso wanya bi ahwe nya bi atie no wodi akoso ewo maika ne mu ye firi wa yake ensam so yamfia ni nkyemu ewo afahye ensama ekoso ewo ogwa nananum konya sase ya no nso no ewo kemkoso emfifiri mantam emu na ne nyinata ene sanananum yemfo ene adehye ya wonom ewo ogwa traditional area eye kemkoso na mekan emfifiri mantam wonu afahye kase watwenden ese fetu afahye na afahye eduru so a ene nipa pepiankoma ana efiri baabi a wɔnom ɛwɔ bɛka bom ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Cape Coast wɔnom na fetu afahye wɔn nyinaa nso wɔn di ɛma ne yɛfɛ na afidie no ɛduru so ɛne wɔn ayɛ nneɛma bebree no ata ɛmɔnten so ɛsiesie apɔmtenten ɛne deɛ ɔsɔ wɔn yɛ biada no wɔnom ahyɛ na ɛbrɛ wɔnom ɛbɔ edwa yɛ a ne nyinaa no ɛka dwadie ho a ne pɔmpɔnsoɔ no kwasiɛ da ɛbɛ yi ana ne pɔmpɔnsoɔ bɛkɔ so ɛwɔ ogua wɔnom no wɔnam so ɛma wɔto wɔn nsa ɛde frɛ aban ɛmu mpanimfoɔ a Ghana mampanin owura John Dramani Mahama ɛka ho afei nso na bɛdi akyire Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman ɛso mo nyina ta no wɔn fɔ no nyam ɛmɛta saa dwumadie no akyi na ɛnum na mpanimfoɔ kyɛ sɛ ɔtwe wankɔ egua a ɛyɛ na ne honam no ɛkɔ wɔn ɛno nti ɛbrɛ amampanin abɛdi akyire Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman wɔntumi ankɔ no wɔaworɔ ne mpaboa kɛseɛ no ɛde ama ɔpanin kɛseɛ otunufo ɛfa ɛyɛ abatoɔ mu nsɛm ana mpo amonosɛm emu owura Dr. Samuel Ofesu Ampofo ya ɛnkane no ɔyɛ dwomtrani ɛma NDC amnuko no na wotadi ya amanfo atade ka no ɛyɛ sami foto wɔno ane mpanufo bi na ka ho ɛkɔyɛ yom kwasi mampania bɛdi akyire anamu na ɛbra wo kodoɔ no mu ya wodi asimpie so wɔkasa ɛwɔ mampania bɛdi akyire ne din mu no an wɔde ato edwa sɛ aban no ɛdian sa akonya we so ɛbɔ nananom yemfo ɛne adehye a wɔnom ɛwɔ atankonwa ne mu ɛwɔ ogwa wɔnom aba so ɛsɛ dwumadie sonko mu die no wɔn ɛde ɛpre mpuntuo afɛ mama asomdwe nso ayɛ adwuma ɛwɔ afahyɛ sonko a wɔnom ɛdie no emu na emu wɔ sɛ saa afahyɛ yi ɛmfa prɔmprɔm yɛn kankorɔ ɛntumi ɛmra adehye a wɔnom ɛwɔ ogwa ɛyɛ Cape Coast ɛne ne mpɔtamu ɛwɔ mfimfini mantamu ɛbrɛ a Dr. Samuel Ofesu Ampofo wɔ kasa no nsɛm bi a tete sɛ yie ɛne afro pino ata no wɔka ɛka ho
na megyina ha na ɛyɛ moa makyeraba yɛ maame Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman ɔyɛ the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana na afia so na nananom ɛyɛ Orange Friday nananom afura brisi ɛne kɔpin na ɔmo kae nananom Professor say for the past several years every Friday like this biano oba besra osabama na amane e wo so oyɛ no wayɛ ɛno nti saa afie de ya afia ɛyɛ sonkoma no if you say this is the first fetu afasha wabɛyɛ Vice President of the Republic of Ghana no nananom edi saa afiwe enti yɛn hyehyɛ nyinaa mu no na wayɛ na adwen sɛ ne tie bi ɔno ankasa ebetu ne nan waba bɛka osabama anahema ne nananom atrankonwa ɛne oguaman nyinaa na yɛhyɛ saa afa yi anso yɛsɛ man proposes God disposes yɛ maame yɛ na adwen sɛ ɔne mu bedi saa afahyɛ nyinaa nanso na wɔtwe ewura mu ya no ɛna bibi esi ya president ɛgye no baabi a nyinti no na wɔ sɛ ɔsoma Vice President na okosi nanan mu ɛwɔ Ethiopia ɛnɛ menemo kasa no ɛwɔtia ne nan akyi a ɔnam wiem a ɔkɔ Ethiopia kɔ di dwuma kɛseɛ bi on behalf of the people of Ghana sɛ yɛ maame sɛ ɔyɛ car anka ne nɔma ɛbɛ start of CR it is a central region if we say of central region na yɛ to obama no wie yɛ pɛ ɔbɛ Vice President saa car nɔma no asesa from CR to GR nti we say aban numbers na GR and the one that just say Ghana government number
Accra FM
Abusafo panin kase amotene kan wono ana opowura mu ewo mampani abedi akie Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman ni wafese anasempo na kachia wɔyɛ futufo sonko ɛfa amunosɛmu ɛte ɛma no nukura yanso no ɛnka ne bɔwura NDC amunokoni ma no wɔyɛ national chairman ɛde ma wɔnom Dr. Samuel Ofesu Ampofo ɛmrane amanfo tade nim no ɛyɛ same foto yɛ free sa ensɛm sunia kamsa yɛ wura mu wɔnsɛm foforo mu de anakase boim yɛ resa no dɔkɔdɔkɔdɔkɔ ɛte sɛ sikyɛ ne ɛwo a yɛde free Accra 100.5 FM so a ɛtwa no ho ɛwɔ CTV Ghana's #1 television CTV Ghana's #1 television so stations out do best dunum ni akire yensam so enam ho ye Facebook so ene ye social media handles out do nyina so no ene nme yensam no so enam ho no mo wo benya bi ahwe wo benya bi atie no na bi nso akan wo messages no eya na de abane akan ne kama na ye de ama ho ansa na ye beto so no ma me kanfo jama detergent powder emfa ema ho jama detergent powder abusia sa detergent powder we ye bomoden etimi edisi enuoma ene me kan bia onuma eye fita wo pe detergent papa ya wo de horo na wo de sia enko fa nim guasie biada emrewa na jama de efisa enioma wo mo de aye ne edoso ya ema so de senioma etimi tia ni fita ema bibi biada entimi enkekam afeso de paper from our office wo dem ana baby biada so a ema wonum eyehwam ana ade ba ko a ema mani je ho ene sesade wo masi aye no no efe kra keke enu ntemi wada bomodi aso benya jama detergent powder ni bie so this senior sa wo de yedan eno ana ye papa wa adwa so ba ko na kan de ohun anu abu na nichie ebise jama e wo ho ya eye papa wo so bomaden na wo ma onsanso etumi ekabie na peskai ana peskai heba center ebusia mami misa sa yade ban ana ene wo edi asie yade a efri ni petinu so ya ebe kan mo reso me kan ebia wo ho me no enkoye wo ho wa koma ho no wo ha bi aba ho e ma wo bre papa eye chade diabetes ana ni wo ADSA ana empo empam yade ana ababa transo am wo bande bia da wo siwasum de bia odi toro ejam wasum de bia ordinate mi wo mpofim pa no so eye ana ne bu afu wo twafo achi wo de mami ja bobo yade biara edi unya no peskai ese bomadi anhwema tira kwan sa wo yoba ana ba ma wo yade no wo beto ase prekope e ma hunta sonko pa e woni padua mu enka kropom no no e wo La Paz Amiche Junction eho ana wonum ewo wo ban Ghana Water Company Limited wo ko kuma so mo bantoma wonum e G runabout wada ena atakwanso wonum ewo Roman Stores ye no ene Zenith Bank edi enhwanimu wonum wo sunyane ewo baabiani wonum wo sahwi yoso ewo takrade esanso ewo tachiman chese Ghana hadie wonum ato apete regions awdo na emu enunti peska sebo modi ahwemo kira kwan na yade na eto so a eha wono wonhwa nyi fruits na wo ento eni obafa mu no be na no madi nkomo ewo 0530 122 500 0530 122 500 ana 0268 477 660 eso wo fra wonu makwan bia so no ene ye wonu beche so no mo atumi aboa wo ye to ensam no so na yede amamdia ye pawura mu ewo eye the Health Services Workers Union yomo TUC ase nense apomden adumafo nyina da wom kabom kuro kase no wonum TUC ase a wonum nsoso omotai ekasa na de empenifo to ma no wode abeto dwa ena nwumre we kase boy so ene se ye wo enipa binom ya wonum eye adwuma ewa apomden aso eno emu ya ekamese ye nhye da emfa wonum se wom ye permanent staff ya wom din enom bibia konkrata so ya ebre bia da no esene fata se wom kwa adwuma ye tu omoka na wom ye casual workers na akwa sa se BBC na ye from se oh we de ejaso tew momra maye na entempa ne nyina so ne pa bibi kakra bi emfa emamo na se de akwa adna akwa na akwa se by day anomo eko ewo apomdin adwuma no emu na we ne nam so amom abomotem ahwo mo efa adwuma sonko na ebre adwumadie ne eko so no wo mo chairman ebasiem ema general secretary wono nso so ebasiem na ebre general secretary wowura Franklin Ansa wo kasa ediama safwe no ana o chese safwe no masom ebese emfie aduonu enum 25 years ene akire ewa bra yen hyeda enfam enko eye payroll so say wo mo eye permanent staff enu tebosumi so a wo mo ebeji aketu o se sadia ekoso no wo de wo ni say eye sisie ya ensene mfata braso esa abanhye na watimi komansam ema wo mo no mo se yatimi efam no permanent staff na bibibia de esene fata say wan satumi kabi no wo nso mo ya Ghana fo ntino wan satumi akabi wo ra Frank na sansam ya wode to dwane bi eni
afi ne de asi eni so na ya kan ho asem ne se ye enkrofo a eye adwuma wo ayaresabia no bebre wo ho a ya fa wo mo as casuals ebia ye adwuma mfi aduonum aduasa a woni aban akatua hyehyepon ene enema so enunti sankofu sika woje no esha nti ye shefe ni e ka kire aban ene employers ni na say yes sebi equal pay for work of equal values no woma enye adwuma na womo a eye casuals no wonso adwuma kro na no ye na o market yasem emra so na ne womo a controller etua omuka no emeye baako nya ye hune say impempe no se nipa mienu eye adwuma ba na ba ko akatua e wo soro esen nia ne yonko a e ma ne na akatua se bo fam no otwentwan ne na ase adwuma oye no nso no onyini yam emfa nya adwuma no na ayarehwe anase ayaresa adwuma no se uye adwuma na se wakoma ni akire anase wonwenwe a enkoye eno nti ne yesere se anke betime tua sankrofo nyina kape ebetime de sankrofo nyina akọ government payroll so a nanka hospitals ni je no omatimi di bi atonuro na mpo fidi a wori adwuma no se seye a omatimi ayeden asiesie
nasa ebusanfo panikase ya motese wokasai wono ene wopani o general secretary twetwofo panim edema eya ekuloson kwano eya apomtia demefo nya domuko eya health services workers union nasa wopre ebinum eti etumi ede ama wonom na ebra wono kasa wiye no ana national chairman edema eya union yi Dr. Emmanuel Lloyd Bafo wono so ekasa ye wura Bafo asma wakaye no moma yentie ebie
this year 81 years though now so nyaya fem kakra say ye bedum pempeso edu no ye negotiations ye wie ye just last year na implementation no na eya asem emayen enkankra ne ye frɛ no the 13th month allowance nia ese hospitals or all health facilities etiama your members na mpem na na me say eye sika say omutua every hospital one nti aya no mu ni sika no enti ama your members binum enyomo sika ye ebe simpempe so aye kase nya yesre these facilities in na say ye besre eye nia aban enyan ahyehye eye your friend negotiations ya tum na enti ya besre the process omo body kwan bi ombefa so ombetimi etie members omo 13th month allowance no omo ntia ma omo man eno emma
Accra FM
ebusian finance opening prayer wono wo team Emma apomdin admefo nyina ta wonum kabom kuo ewo omaika na health services workers union wowura Emmanuel Lloyd ana otese workasai na mpenfo sem ko bi man ka bidie eyade bia ye chirim ena sabren so ka hu se ko edumade so nkomo edie no nyina ta no wo mo hye adwadie kuba tante yusi ase ewo omaika na monte no sade mpenfo kanse ye ni enam enya eja no wontimi enya dwumade bia tese ye enya te yusi mpenfo wentinam so Emma general secretary ana empotwato for penny ya wode ateyusi adumako no wowura Joshua ansa wano so agembere mansa mo na for yi edeto omo animo no wano so e kan say yi edeto aso.
These obstacles, Health Services Workers Union has remained resilient. You have shown that with determination, persistence and grassroots organizing, workers can overcome barriers. This is why we must invest more in organizing. Organizing does not happen by chance. It requires deliberate effort, resources, and trained organizers who can reach every facility, every district, and every category of health worker. We need organizers who understand the unique challenges in the health sector, who can listen to workers' concerns, and who can build trust, and who can mobilize members around common goals. We must also invest in leadership training for women and young workers so that the next generation is fully prepared to take up the mantle of union leadership. Comrades, as we reflect on our organizing journey and the progress we have made, we must also admit that our efforts alone will not solve all the problems in our health sector. Health workers can sacrifice, unions can mobilize, and organizers can push every day. But without the right support, the system will continue to fail both workers and patients.
Accra FM.
Ebusian finance way aye penny or year for penny edimate you see edmokono owura Joshua ansa ana atese workasai yeguso no nsable mo kase bono eno ata and ye resane doko tese sise ni wo ene baby biada wo bia ye debrao mo hwe e wo CTV Ghana's number 1 television so no ena nre ye po mabaso ne atamase sama so mwachi mu TV ne ade ato na yesan so enam stations awdo dunum ene ekire so sanso ne social media handles so ado nyina so no ena nre yensam no edam eno ntidi oba nyina ene se wo bawuroma na do messages no aba beka ne kama na ye de ama ho ewo hono eya ne wa share sade beye na onuan so obenya bia hye na wanya bin so etie ene MTN for say yemfa ento wanim eso de nhyalson ko atumi aba wo twa ne tia FN se MK na de etie nyinata ene se MK yi wo so wo de aba sade beye wa pom di wansam ebetimi akoye ade ama ho we eno so benya 10 Ghana cedis pe ana imposisting Ghana cedis pe wo wonya ne sa no na wa pomadian ade aba wuram na nhyalson ko maye ade fa pomde enwono no so wonsa tumi akabi de nyinata no ene se wo mo aye insurance dwumadie sonko ewo emu omde ema wo se ewuo ne beba anempo no yade bi ana ebeba ne nyina no so do hye sa insurance dwumadie ma wo se oh ene ye wodam kura fi 17 de won mapa ede ama obi biada saron so mpo na me kan no wo yare wo da fie wontimi nsore enkoto adura MTN say wo de bawura mu na omba mu obi ede enuro no ede abra wa bra womo ene wonom ye pharmacy de fe ne yi pharmacy no wonom aka bom edi nkoma ne nyina da emu no sa wo padura ntempa no oh nipa a wote eye pharmacy ni ano no wo de onya powurom ko de MTN say what we wadro no ye de bebronti MTN de everyday prices for everyday people sanso anatame ba center wonom so at the time ba me shedo na badwa so edo ne ye papa say we aye tete ye fenum ye e wo kuma se acho enipa de adoi eba your friend Dr. Christian ene wo hyase stations outdo ne wo nyina do de bi ba hono ye no bi pa do ne ye kama wonuma me se malaria biata e ha wo tam ba me se beto ase ama ho ato sanso ye wotam HHMS sha ene the capsule sadwo we nim ye no ye ka bom ane enom e bia me kan ensansa abejo bema no ahimfie wa boso me aba ne bema wonum bia ebeje wo jonso a na wo bra na wo tem no anwe wo sen esa abayira hugya so ebasa enye kra esanso booster immune system no ama wo gena wa bia wode no etumi gya ne na so won sa wo mpaso sam enkoye no oh edo ye papa so no bia ebeje wo ewo akonensa nyina eso ba bia to no nyafo ne kire mu sadu pai tameba center dre won sa be kam na mom Dr. Christian em wode ba ye no yemfa no ewo 0244 417 669 0244 417 669 eso asase pade ye koto ewo Benji Estate Investment Limited aseye ebison from Santain ana aton asase pa e de magana de share ewo nkramantami emu wonsas no ebi wotopoli wosensa wotra saglema faraba hosen kakabia no aduwo no mo enu sei ne buo no eye 30,000 cedis sanso ne bi ewo shai osudoku enu so wotra Sutwari Junction ebi ewo no so no wose eye 40,000 cedis and bi ewo after Central University B5 enclave wada no so eye 70,000 cedis no wose wodi edikan efa kakra beto ase 6,000 won na de beto ase abosumi nsia ana abosumi miensam no ato no bo ase na wono atena se enhyeye no atua de aka ne kakra no omsanso ye barter trade ene say se wo ka papa na de aba beji asase papa evise ka de makato say ebuwa nipa luxurious thing nanso so enya de be permanent bibia timisi na enyoma edi se edan de de sase edi kowie no ni nyina benji foton bi ewa abuofuo mu enu ti hwamo kira kwan no ewo Tema Community 25 DPS Junction Tema Community 25 DPS Junction wani Goodness Filling Station ya ewo afrawo kwan so ena edi enhwani mu enti fra benji fo ewo 0248 780 887 0248 780 887 ana 0554 452 689 ofra benji won beje so do pe biata no wode beka ho amabia koye enso ama kama pa na ya to anu nsabe mo kase boy so ewo Accra 105 FM and CTV Ghana's #1 television so na ye de amadia ye bawura mu ewo afutuo so kwa principal wo pani awo no anu wada eye civil service training center ano na owura yere eye Dora day to me where your photos on kon akọ ede ama aban admayefo civil service for civil servant for say monhwɛ sɛ mbɛyɛ ambassador for change sɛ yɛka sɛ yɛsesa yɛadwene ɛde afiri no mabɔne ayɛyɛ ɛwɔ adwuma mu ɔman mu ne yɛafa subampa ato ho so a wɔse saa afɔ no ɛni anim na wɔn ɛnyɛ dɔbɔfoɔ sonko ɛnyɛ abɔfotene sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a wɔn kasa a ɛnyɛ dɛn nipa bɛtie sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ na bɔne ahodoɔ a ɛrekɔ so ɛwɔ enuma mu yɛ nam soma aban adwuma ɛntumi ɛntu mpɔn no saa wɔ ha wei ɛtuo bɛtwa wɔde nsɛm yi atu edwa ɛbɛrɛ a wɔde dapɛn 2 weeks esi wɔn mu ɛyɛ nteteɛ sonko ɛde ma nipa ebinom ɛbɛrɛ a maame ɛkasa ne nsɛm yɛ a wɔde tu dwa yɛ afutuo no ebi eni.
sɛ ɔman ne bɛyɛ yi a ɛgyina yɛn nnwuma a yɛyɛ so ɛno nti mom yɛntie saa asɛm no na sɛ yɛnya yɛbie kwan sɛ yɛnsua deɛ a yɛmfa yɛn ho nwuram na yɛnsua ne yie ɛno nti na saa school yi deɛ yɛahwɛ sɛ yɛnya akwan bebree a yɛfa so a yɛde sua adeɛ ebi ne sɛ wo ankasa wobɛba school no mu na wabɛsua ebi nso wɔ hɔ a yɛde learning management platform aba for friend saying technology and yɛde sua adeɛ ɛno ne sei no ɛberɛ bi a wopɛ bia sɛ anadwo sɛ ɛberɛ bi a wɔayɛ free no wo click button na wo sua wadeɛ yɛn nuanom a ɔmowɔ Gambia ɔma bɛn afutu a mede ma wɔn ne sɛ ɔma ba bɛsua adeɛ na wɔn nkɔ sɛ yɛn nko a ne yɛnya nimdeɛ ne nti yɛn nko a na yɛte ho na yɛyɛ nneɛma nkakra na mmom no wɔne wɔn nuanom no a yɛ civil service adwumayɛfoɔ no wɔn kɔ kyerɛkyerɛ wɔn na wɔnyɛ nnwuma no mmom sɛ wɔyɛ bɔ mu a ɛbɛyɛ mmerɛ sɛ mpunsuo ne bɛba ntɛm na wɔn asɛ wɔyɛ masa nkrenkren a ɛbɛyɛ ehu mpunsuo no ɛne nti na ehu yɛ sɛ ɔbɛkyerɛ wɔn colleagues wɔafɛfo a wɔwɔ office no nea wɔn asua na afei no wɔfiti aseɛ de yɛ adwuma na wɔn yɛ adwuma as a team ɛnyɛ sɛ bi a ankrenkren a wɔyɛ adwuma nso ɛhwɛ nea wɔde adesuadeɛ ne kɔyɛɛ ɛne nti yɛama wɔn asramo mmiɛnsa sɛ yɛbɛhyia wɔn wɔ abɛɛfo nkitahodie so ne yɛahwɛ kwan a wɔmatimi de nea wɔmabɛsua no asesa nneɛma a wɔyɛ wɔ hɔ ɛho hia yɛ mpaa ɛne nti no ɛyɛ adeɛ a yɛnim sɛ yɛtwɛn na yɛne wɔn adi nkitaho na sɛ nkyerɛkyerɛmu bi wɔ hɔ a ɛsɛ sɛ yɛde ma wɔn a ɛbɛma nea wɔbɛsua wɔbɛtumi de ne nyinaa yɛ adwuma a na yɛaboa wɔn na ɛho aba mfasoɔ nso ama wɔn
abusuafo na sɛ maame a motene kan wɔno yɛ principal na sɛ school panin yɛ wɔda school sonko a ɛtete ɛyɛ abadwumafoɔ binom mekyɛ civil service training center no ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Ghana hanom ɛsɛye maame Dora Dai ɛno no na ɛno akyi no nso so panin baako yɛ wɔpaw no afiri ɛyɛ civil service management services department wɔnom wɔwura ɛyɛ Nicholas Sampa wɔno nso agye mmerɛ nsɛm yi wɔka kakra ɛfa ho.
This training is on workload analysis and manpower planning. We don't want a situation where government pay people for no work done. So we conduct this workload analysis to inform policy in terms of recruitment, in terms of promotion, and all that in the civil service. So we received this request from the Gambian, the head of us, and they came to at least understudy what we do. When they go back, they can also practice in their country. And we've taken them through a lot of workload analysis, the ratios that they use, the trainings that they need to use, and then the workload base, how to even assess a workload. Also, after learning, this translates into the workforce planning. So if we know the number of people that are supposed to do a particular job, yes, it then inform human resource division to also plan on the adequate number of people that a ministry, a department, agencies will need to run its function.
Abusanfo panin kase a mote se wo kase wono se wo woni kyemu e wo management services department ya wono mu nyina da ehye civil services asia ene na wono so wodi akotene won papa owura Nicholas Sampa eno no na enam se wei ayantete sonko ye edima enipa binum ti enam so ema no omde omhye entete ni mo eye participant foi ana beneficiaries wonom so ekasa ye once more kind no be any.
So far I've learned a lot because the whole training is about workload analysis, and we all know in terms of decision making you have to do like evidence-based analysis. So we've been taken through the planning process of how to do it, the forecasting, the analysis, and then of course using the expert judgment how to go about knowing the workload, calculating it, and knowing whether there is an overload or less work, and what are some of the expertise or strategies what could use to come to a judgment. Of course, it's really beneficial because our institution, of course, as the PMO responsible for the whole civil service, this will enable our knowledge on how to know the workload of individual offices, and of course, looking at the civil service need, what are some of the capacity gaps that are needed. We have been taking through the functional review and some of the aspects that one could follow. So this will actually help us inform, because the technique that we learn here, plus expert judgment, plus the sharing of experience with Ghana. So this is going to enlighten us on how to use it on our daily basis.
Yeah, the tool we have been very fruitful, because if you look at the civil service of the Gambia, we had a new project that is called Public Administration Modernization Program. It was during this program that a skill gap assessment was sanctioned to look at some of the capacity gap of the civil service. So as a result of that survey or that interview, they realized that the workload analysis and manpower planning was a big capacity gap as far as the personnel management office was concerned. So as a result, this is why we came here, to make sure that we build our capacity in these two functional areas.
Accra FM.
Nessa busian for when a civil service for and a civil servant, one of so a yadma for one of our Gambia, my muyomopa, yabagent sonko. One more over Facebook so and CTV Ghana's #1 television so any woman funny yinata ye de go one banya bi ahwe no hu sade one more LCD wamuduma na efa ye one hu omo aye Gambia for han one more every Gambia memu ana eba ya one be entity omo ye no ana wotese no omo so kasa adase e won tete sonko a one mo ababeje e wo Ghana memu ana mo de kwa Gambia memu no mo de akwakoso one mo Ghana ban e wo hono mo yegu so no nsia bre mo kase nsam no yede ema wo sawo bekan waso nan na fire ene no akọ achi kakra na onan na sanso ana odi asempa kwame apomaso mensa ensam no eno ana mebo so me kan ne kama me de ema we ente wo de pawura mu ewo ye Facebook no so Accra 100.5 FM wonsam ade ba no ye beto abo ase ye bekan ne kama na yede nyina nso amawo na wanwu de ekoso ewo eho no mu ye to so de a yemfiri Gambia fo ne nsam ni mu na yemfiri ne enkyeremu an ewo eye bunu mantamu emum na sabusanfo yetru bunu mantamu dia ene na eye emapuru twumadie Youth Employment Agency 20 FNYEA eno ana akoba senyame yedi atom yabomadi afa ebinom ya yabomadi ahye won bibio mo nkrata asemu na we de mo kọ amonone amawodo so abroad ana won mo ekọ akwasom endin say job for abroad na we e kan sha so kwa Ghana ban wodi abasa de beye na emebunu yomo enya adwuma enya no won betimi enya adwuma ye na mfaso abaso e de ama won man ene won nso abusia na ebre akoba sesa ni padodo yi ene ye yapomota screening so ko e de ama won ye hwe mo nkrata asemu e se bibia e koye wo ma pomden so ho bia enimo no wo panimpa ya wo kobunu mantema wo ya regional director e wo YEA adwumako no emu wo wura Mustafa Oma Kopsan wato no boase echeche dwumadie ne so anmontonson kwa wonum A2 ede afa ho
about 150 people say na me I don't know go through successfully or makes me a part of this first batch. Mind me a first batch, there will be a second batch. I'm a part of this first batch a bit in Edio Marco so na me I don't na omo krata o meda ye bibia no akọ eye esa say wala odikan a ye ko koi omu di kakra omu ne mo aka so bebe so ma be kan na sa no muntu ne metwa so a ebe gina omo so ne ya o mede ne di e ya kire ye nua no mabuchie fo a oni won kwa ye eduma enti mesere se omu ko duru a mo mu refi bibi omu free ya omu ko duru omu di kan kai fi e bia na ga se nipa de wona mo bo bra na o kai bibi a wo free a sebe o hwe wo so ye because nim se sebe asem to a wo ne last man a wo gina ho efie fo nsa besi fo eno no ba o timtem bia na e ma wo sonson ho enti wo ko no ma se sonson ho na wo ni wo juma no sinesi because enye ma bo ne se o mbi aka man so empa bo ne se o mbi kwa nya sika bi abiledu amja ba bi ma wa ha amagana fo bi nso aye ne enya bia ye because dia me ka se economy ni nia wo bia se nia na e ti se pizza one box a ya ma kru bia slice ne ba ko se na China fo ba ha na yes one slice of pizza no bet ti bi de Congo China ni ba be ye adwuma wa ha this kan ko China omo konko pre yedie na mo hwe omo su ye no mo da su ba pa di enya wona akwa night club nsem en fa wo en ka wo because kana wo ko pen once e bia odukoji wani e scan ebesa ewi echi obesa ni sapan ba je ho ye adwumade
Accra FM.
Yiro ho na eye adwumaden eno achi no Owura Mustafa Omar Kopson ya wo ya regional director ewo Bromantamo edema YEA adwumakuo no wo che sane nsam na futu wo ne edoso na nhya so nkomo ye no wo sa amanfo te ase eno ntino wo san ediwe to aso
Mining nia na ntiase we enyo muntem medical ba office na Dubai opportunity go eno ye di mbabru 280 ekoi eno na ye factory hands work wona wo factory awodo in package ni dey kaka ntiase a adwuma me nya ye se ono wafa adwumafo no ba nya mo eno de mo play fair ni bibia saa adwuma na no mo kan eno de omo no mo fa ho ka we na ye nya ye no saa ntiase adwuma sa afu bi bisa se na ade ntina ba ye mfa ho ka minia the tense aban resources the link no I was say use no judiciously because dia enoso Ghana mabunu bi wa ha o de wanya yida so wo tu kwan akwa amonane o koye edwuma na o koye na ketua no ubotum na meba e ba ubotum wi a obi kra na opa na be kai say o wa ye original director na wa ye si obi o timi meda na se na aban bi o wa na bo a meda na se eno de e optional but umi na aka na ono no ye ma ni da so obi a on fa ni san so obi mu no se ye ka se ye be ye plane ticket na ye ho cancel ma mi ya ye wie no na each bag bi be tu kan bia no ye ko bo mo ka twam bia be 8 million Ghana cedis se sika pro na ye betimi so no e dia ma obi fufo so ni da so o mamu ha ono de oni nda so bia so o kwa mo no ya ko ye adwuma ha ya na ote ebi pa pradia no onia no watwi ebi po kada no onia no watwi ebi taxi no onia no watwi no disco de to ejade na sai scan na buy from mama maslo na o kon ko di pradia na bosia o kon ko di taxi ni bosia na wo de ye adwuma se atua na buy sa nyeska
Accra FM.
Abusan for Penikasa Moten kan eye Bono Regional Director Pani Kwantrefo ya wada emebunu dwumadie ano ewo Bromantamo emu Owura Mustafa Omar Kopson eno no na mpenfosem kobi manka bidie eyade bia ye chiri awo ya mamre ene ya mane ne ye kasa mu ntim so ema pani abede chirem meche Deputy Director ya wada work ana fei International Partnership Directorate no ano waye adwumako ne emu Ewra Regina Abna Rekon Thompson enso ekasaye ne nsam yodi to dwan bi eni
yeah inkofo bebre for different roles and the program ya uba the best scanner passport uba register your best scanner passport then you meet international access until you maybe I will choose they want to engage you to see if you are able to do the job so they will choose you and the crowd to mean they will prefer other solutions other opportunities that will be then it be the pass it be failure as usual but you better take your information because as government it's been because we feel this particular interview we are just discarding you we'll look at ways you better training you better upgrades now also why you're ready for export and now I am ready to go to a different country to legally migrate as an expert because someone needs their people okay until a year we go back home and then start matching them to these job opportunities. Yeah, matching we are whichever job role that we match you to, we'll contact you and then let you know the whole process. Ube 2.0, ube medicals, ube police clearance. Now you're starting with visa processing. Sometimes, depending on the country, it starts from 2 weeks to about 2 months for you to get your visa processed done. You buy your ticket and then you leave the shores of Ghana.
Accra FM.
Abusan for Mami Amoten kan wono eye Regina Abna Rekon Thompson wono eye Deputy Director ya wo hwe enuma ana afei International Partnership ekono aso ya wo nyina hye YEA adwumako no ase wono anate so no so akasai ene na akasebo no emu nsam no asi na edinam gyeso ene odi asempa kwame apoma so mensa network na jeje me ne pop au Facebook mamhye afa na baako bi eyiniti we aye Rich Sarah Aba Sarah enso mamhye yasemo Rich Sarah sanso ena hwanpo bio Thomas Bullet Fenu Bright ono so aba Musa Abatoa ono so aba afei eye Bright Fenu Bright ansa ono so aba ewa hanmu eseye Moses Alawo ono so aba NS ebusiamo fanche mwati mami dia bobona network dia all jeme no nyame anim ni mekasa meka ade be kye so enti obi biada ya do messages si eba ye o Facebook so dia kan se na kopon won hya papa ewo wadaje enomre ya wasai na kasebo yi watumi ama yede abro so do messages aba mo amohwa ye nyina dar mo amutie nyina da CTV so afei Accra FM so no Facebook so nyina no onyankopon wonhyira mo na ye ba efia so dia Accra kasebo dem ye samufo pani ene osofo pani abrante kwaku okan sampa ene de odi production team no animu eye yenia Samuel Jesse wasi nyankopon wasi da eye bebre sanso ana Samuel Paite wono so ebua bi ewo production sanso betra fidie no achi wo twato mu nya bi hweye na nya bi etieye eho DJ Nation so any technician na sempo DJ ye obetra kire ede ema yen technicians awodo wo mo ofia nyina da no nya nso ye damase ewo adwuma pa mo po ya akasebo yi yetumi ede ebremu edin bio ya mejeso ene mo sonfo odi asempa kwame apoma so mensa ya sorry studio na ene efiada after drive ena yede ebro DJ Sammy Brown wa baba jinekwa na DJ Nashi wa bona baba piano no ede atomu na wode amamo yede munsia ne adamase nyame boa yebesanso ehia otwede ampon kwame wonhyira munyina da ese moye bibia kama enso so ewo kasebo yi etiemu yadamase papa enunti itwe ho aba.
CTV, Ghana's #1.
I welcome you to 7th Grade Princess Academy. With over 4 decades on operation, we have stood the test of time to solidify our dominance in basic education as the best performing school in the BEC in 2017, 2018, and 2019. We were currently crowned the Basic School of the Year at the just ended Ghana Basic School Awards 2025. With branches at Latebiokoshi, Dansuman, and a mega structure at Potiano Mile 11, the success of your ward is guaranteed. Our senior high school in Dansuman, which offers business, science, general arts, and home economics course, is also fully equipped with ultra-modern science facilities and a well-stocked home economics practical area. Enroll your ward with us now at any of our branches. You can call us on 0244 263304 at Dansuman branch or call us on 0244 842293 at Latebiokoshi branch or call us on 0241 281934 at Mile 11.
Good business means seeing the possibilities and maximizing opportunities. Making sure you have a responsive support system backs your business goals. A partner that gives you a stable platform with reliable connectivity and seamless solutions, and better understands the tools required to take you to the next level. With so many moving parts in running a business, we do our best to provide you with some stability the only kind of stability you can find with MTN Business Broadband, the fastest and most reliable internet provider in Ghana, making sure you stay ahead and stay connected because we understand what makes your business tick.
Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh or call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111.
MTN.
Rise and shine, it's another day to stay on point. Toast is Friday, it's still on point. Watch is Friday all day long. Still on point, yes, it's still on point. It's still on point. Watch is Friday, it's still on point. For your bread, it's creamy. For your toast, it's still on point. It's yummy, delicious. It's still on point. Still on point, yes, it's still on point. It's still on point. Still on point, yes, it's still on point. It's still on point. For your toast, it's still on point. It's still on point. Fortune spread, it's yummy, delicious. It's still on point.
Fortune spread, delicious, creamy, and always on point. This advert is FDA approved.
Introducing the new Jamal washing powder with multi-enzymes that helps remove stubborn stains.
It has a nice fragrance. Not harsh on my hands. Foams easily. And removes stains well.
Oh, I see to be.
Ma, he brought 5 big sachets of new Jamal washing powder.
Yes, ma'am.
It really removes stains. It has a nice fragrance.
Yes, ma'am.
Then add 30 sacks of Jamal washing powder to your engagement list.
Jamal.
Yes, ma'am.
New Jamal washing powder for cleaner, fresher wash. Your partner for clean clothes. This advert is FDA approved.
Evergreen, man. Wow. Look at those days in front of him. Abraya buffer for now parenting, Eddie or more and quada eba. It's now one corner and me put some of say. And a baby. But I'm check. It's baby. We bonded as colleagues at the dining hall, the dormitories, classrooms. It's just said, me not can you boom up. But the question is, and I will be hey, now spot you are here. Or like that one, Floozy. Any boys in here, where you stay? If you're in school, you are buying the one. If you're in university, if you're in 70, you have to retire to the